So like 2 years ago, he gets up to give a speech at Jeff's wedding, and I thought for sure he was going to ask for more reverb.
Oh yeah.
I looked at Jenny, who was the only one nearby. I was like, he didn't ask for reverb. He didn't ask for reverb.
I was thinking it.
Welcome to T-Bone's Best of Roanoke Show. Music, comedy, and conversation featuring HB, the Honey Badger.
Honey Badger don't care.
Now, on with the show.
Are you ready, HB?
I'm ready, T-Bone.
And how about you, Lee? Are you ready?
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
There you go. This is Radio Free Roanoke, and this is episode number 123.
Ooh.
T-Bone's Best of Roanoke show. HB, I went to the spot on Kirk
Yeah.
to listen to a band I'd never heard before, OmegaWolfe, and we happen to have founding member Lee Melozzi. Is that right, Lee?
Yes.
Hey, all
Hi.
right.
Perfect.
Thank you for having us to your studio tonight.
Well, thank you. I'm honored.
You know, OmegaWolfe, how many members are in the band?
There's usually about 5, but we also have kind of a floating member that sometimes does backup vocals, who's actually the music curator for RFR, Jeff Connolly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Know that young man? All right. Well, who are your 5 core guys?
Well, it's myself.
And what do they play?
John Thompson, he's lead guitar. Jay Malone, he's rhythm and lead. John Pence, who's our bass player, and Thomas Lancaster, who's our drummer.
Okay.
Very nice. And I know John. All right. How long have you guys been in operation? Because I saw you for the first time at the spot, but it appears you've played locally here for a while.
Yeah, we started, I want to say around 2015 or 2016. I've always loved music, you know, ever since I was a little kid. I was actually, when I was a kid, I had a stutter, and it was really tough for me, because if you have a stutter, even your parents at some point, you know, kind of mock you a little bit. And I got real into hip hop and music and stuff like that. And if you ever seen the movie The King's Speech, that was really tough
Great
for me
movie.
to watch, because I very much empathized with him, and
Right.
I used music like beatboxing and rapping and stuff like that, and singing. I was always a person that, you know, would belt out some kind of noise. You know, when you get that question, what 3 words describes you the best? Mine was I make noise. And
Well, I'm going to get into your songs that you write here in just a
All right.
minute, but the name, you know, when I look it up in Wikipedia, the definition of OmegaWolfe is independent, away from the pack. Does that characterize what you're trying to do here?
Yeah, definitely.
Now, who came up with the name?
Yeah.
I did. It was just something like a name I had for a while. You know, when I was a kid, how some people, you know, relate to animals, you know, that kind of describe themselves, you know. I always liked the wolf, and so that's kind of my brother who's older than me, he liked the Tiger, which is the year of the Tiger right now, actually.
That's
Yes,
right,
it is.
John.
Yeah, and
He's
so
an Omega Tiger, I take it.
yep. Well, I don't know. He might be Alpha. He was in the
And,
military and stuff,
okay.
but yeah, I always related to the Wolf, and I was never really. I was always kind of a loner and a kind of a loose cannon, and sort of went my own way in life. And I'm not a very big person, so I'd have to relate in the pack and kind of deal with alphas and betas personalities. And so, just the idea of Omega, the OmegaWolfe, who could be the alpha if they wanted to, had all the attributes and everything, but kind of chose not to. And if you study wolf packs and stuff, the way that a wolf howls is like their song and the way that they communicate. And the Omega happens to have one of the prettier howls, and you can kind of hear them. Yeah. And also they're sort of the guardian of the den while the rest of the pack is out hunting, and kind of takes care of the kids and everything. So, and I just like that fierce, independent spirit. I've always been like that. And I've always, even though I'm kind of watched the cues from society and everything, I always kind of went my own way and been really different. So it just seemed to work. And
Just like the name says.
exactly.
Yeah.
Now, I must
Exactly.
point out, Lee, that OmegaWolfe has an E on the end.
It does. It
Now,
does.
there was or there is another.
Yeah. When we started out, about a couple years in, I found out that there was a
Another
heavy
wolf in the room.
There was a heavy metal band in Austin, Texas, named OmegaWolfe, and they didn't have that E on the end, so I kind of just did that. We added the E and made it one word.
Do you ever get their mail?
No.
Okay, good.
No, and I'm not even sure if they're still around, and I don't know them. But just trying to find out, look up on the internet to see how
do a
popular it
search,
is,
yeah.
and
It was a very different sound.
yeah.
But the logo that you have, I really like your logo. Who came up with that?
We paid a little money for a guy named Dave Summers, who I guess he's like a designer. And Tom, our drummer, kind of was friends with him, and he kind of, we paid him a little money to come up with a design, and that's the design he came up with, which I definitely like. It's
Yeah.
cool. It's
It's
like
nice and clean.
yeah, it is, and it's very contrasting. So for the stickers and stuff, you can really see
You
them.
can really. Okay.
Yeah. So I really like that.
It
so
jumps to your eye.
yeah.
All right, now tell me this. You write a lot of the songs. There's one that I listened to. Tell me the background story on this one. Disappear like a fresh cold beer.
Yes.
Give me the overview of how you came up with that, because that's a great, splendid title.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's just in the writing process. I get real. I try to get into like a real comfortable state, and I found out earlier on in my life that I had a good way with words. If you get me real comfortable, I can have a gift of gab, and when I was a kid or teenage and stuff, we used to do like freestyle rapping and stuff, and I would just get to this point where I'd get into this state where I could just free form, I could just say whatever I want, and it would just come out, and it would be great. And so when I started the writing process, I got real inspired from folks, from the past, like John Prine was kind of one of my main influencers. And, there's a lot of frustration in the beginning when I didn't really know how to just let go, I would be real critical, of lines and words. And, I wouldn't make it past the first or second sentence before I was throwing it away, but I just got to this point where I just feel it, I feel it in my heart. And, oftentimes when folks write, they write about what happens to them, and, it'd be like the disillusion of relationships or something, fallout or something like that.
So like a relationship at the beginning, or a lot of things in life, like a fresh cold beer starts off perfect,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
you know it's not going to stay that way.
Exactly.
Or a lot of times it doesn't. Right?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of a metaphor for how what you did there with that song.
Yeah, and it's sort of a universal perspective in that song where you're kind of talking about the impermanence of everything.
Okay.
And you studied a little Buddhism, I'll take it.
I did.
When I went to listen to you at the spot, one of the early songs was "Leaving Las Vegas." That really popped, caught my ear. And then
Awesome.
at the end, or near the end, this is what made me say, "We got to interview these guys." It was "Pass the Gasoline." I got another bridge to burn, and I thought that's such a clever
Fantastic.
lyric.
Yeah.
Because I really appreciate like Elvis Costello from the early late '70s. His lyrics are very clever like that. But "Pass the Gasoline," I got another bridge to burn. Now tell me what was going into that.
That was that song's about, the frustrations of living in a small town. Where you can't ever escape your past and people talking, rumors, all that kind of thing. And it was just kind of my way of saying, I'm done with that. I don't care, and I'm just going to be me. And you in a small town, if you're a very expressive person, or the balance between introvert and extrovert, you end up acquiring reputations. And I was always one of the people that for some reason kind of had a struggles with my self-esteem, but at the same time, a lot of people would talk about me. There would be a lot of stories, and did you hear about this or did you hear about that? And so that's sort of that song's kind of my answer to it,
I bet you feel real powerful up there on stage singing that.
Oh man, it feels so good. It feels so good to play that song.
Well, I know you guys are going to play a song for us right here in the studio in just a minute. But let me throw out something at you, Lee, and then I'm going to let you wrap it up with a little bit about what the future holds for you guys, and if there's anything else we missed. I'm going to throw this hypothetical situation out. It's 2022. Things are starting to open up again. Let's say sometime in July, you're going to do a concert over at the Ritz Theater in Hinton, West Virginia. And yeah, great venue. And you're loading up the van, and you can take 3 people with you. It's a 2-hour trip. You can take 3 people, dead or alive. Who would you take to talk to during those 2 hours?
Oh wow.
It could be anybody, dead or alive. It could be a musician, a beautician, a mortician. I can't think of any other words that rhyme.
Well, geez, that's a tough one.
We can even make it 2.
No, I think I would take Prince. Because I love Prince a lot. I think I would take Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Because Mike Tyson I'm kind of in love with him right now. He's become like this wonderful guru. And I don't know how cliche it'll be, but I would like to take the Buddha, Siddhartha
Siddhartha
Gautama. Yeah, I think that would be a really good conversation. And if I was to add a second person, if I was allowed, or a fourth person, it would probably be Frank Zappa.
Yeah.
That would be quite a trip you're going on there.
That would be awesome.
We might not see you for a while.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a dull moment there for sure.
All right, my friend. What does the future hold for OmegaWolfe, and is there any other highlights or anything else I left out?
Well, just like everybody else, we're kind of in a recovery phase as far as this pandemic. We were in pretty good motion before it. We were working on an album. We have it pretty much done, but we're just kind of getting back into the groove of finishing that album up. We probably got a couple of more, 2 or 3 more albums in us. So we're just kind of wanting to get back on that train of, getting in the studio and getting everything edited and mastered and everything like that. And, we found there needs to be a good balance between doing studio work and playing shows. Each of them have their sort of pros and cons.
Yeah.
But, when we get good reactions like y'all, like from y'all and everything like that, and good audiences, we definitely feel like playing shows can be a good thing. So we're hoping within the next couple of years, this year and the next one, if everything kind of gets back to normal, that we can release these albums and get this one album that kind of got stalled out when everything shut down. So we're hoping to start creative processes and get the material out, and also kind of balance that between quality, not quantity, of playing shows. We're trying to find little spots where we can maybe play some festivals, or maybe even do a few out of town shows. We very much love Appalachia, and we definitely want to continue to be a part of that area. We really love and appreciate, anybody, all the folks out there that really like what we do, and we feel it's important to be original.
You are.
There's definitely a lot of folks that, and I don't say there's nothing wrong with playing covers and stuff like that, but I like listening to other material more as inspiration than to build a foundation or to play someone else's work. But
there you go. Well, you got 2 new fans in us.
All right.
We really like what we're hearing. So pass the gasoline, brother.
Yes.
All right.
Great job.
Thank you, Lee.
Thank you.
Lee.
Appreciate it.
Looks like I'm leaving Las Vegas. I gotta find a better chance. Put my chips down on the table. Gotta find something that lasts. Gotta write you if I'm able. We both know better than that. We've been here before, but we'll never be here We've been